What's going on, y'all? Matt here from Midlife Crisis, and I'm going to be doing a little video series on the guilds of Elder Scrolls Online. Thought about this because the Undaunted celebration is coming up here at the end of the year, and I know when I first started the game, I was a little confused as to what the Undaunted were and what some of these guilds represented in the world of Tamriel and Elder Scrolls. And so let's get rolling. The Undaunted Guild is a guild of adventurers. It's centered around group content when it comes to Elder Scrolls Online, which means four-person dungeons and 12-person trials. And so what it was really a way for the game to get people to interact and to create a guild around that, just like the Fighters Guild for conquering the Dolmens and basically they're mercenaries for hire. And of course you have the Mages Guild as researchers. The Undaunted are adventurers. And so whenever you go into a group dungeon, or if you queue in the dungeon finder, if you already have a team to get together, the people that are running the quest, the people that are involved in the quests in those dungeons and those trials, those are members of the Undaunted. All right, so the Undaunted does have a full skill line. It has active abilities and passive abilities, and those abilities are centered around group content, not surprising. So things like Blood Altar, what happens is when you activate this ability, it creates what's called a synergy. So it has its own effect that you get, which was a heal over time, but then allies in your group, so any of the other people in your group at the time, can activate a synergy. In this situation, it would activate Blood Funnel synergy, which would heal for 40% of their own max health. So if you're in my group in a dungeon and you activate Blood Altar, you're going to get a little bit of minor lifesteal from the enemies that are in that area. But if I activate Blood Funnel in
I
that,
saw
I
smoke
heal
off
for
toward Dallon's
40%,
mill.
right?
Something
So the
terrible
whole
must have
point
happened
is
there.
to get a collaboration effect going on. And they have different things here from heals to snares. Inner Fire is one of the ranged taunts that tanks are going to use. That's why I have that on mine. Bone Surge here, which is a Bone Shield morph, but Bone, which is a shield. And then they have Necrotic Orb, which is what you see a lot of the times for healers. They're going to use the healing orbs, right? And then the passives that are here. And so full skills, passive and actives. First question most people want to know, how do I do this? How do I get in the Undaunted? How do I join this and get this apart? How do I get activate this skill line? Very, very easy. So in the starting towns, what I mean by that is for each faction for the Aldmeri Dominion, the starting towns, we got Volkergard, and the Daggerfall Covenant, we have Daggerfall, and in the Ebonheart Pact, we have Davin's Watch. You're going to go to the taverns, and so I am here actually at the Rosy Lion Inn in Daggerfall, and you will notice as I'm in this tavern here, as you're walking around, you got your brewer here. There's a table of folks around here, and Mighty Morta's who you're going to want to talk to if you're in Daggerfall. But you're going to see this group of folks who are adventurers. And there will be a quest marker above Mighty Morta. I've already joined, so I don't see it here. But you're going to see a quest marker around them. And this is what's going to be able... You can do this at level 1 if you wanted to. The second you get out of your tutorial, you can go and join the Undaunted. Now, when you join, they're going to give you a quest. And that quest is basically going to be a challenge to complete one of the group dungeons. Okay? Most people don't do that until they at least are at level 10 because then they can use the group finder. But if you have some friends or you're already in a guild, you're always able to just join one of those. Usually it's one of the very initial dungeons like Banished Cells 1, Fungal Grotto 1, and Darkshade Caverns 1. So they're very easy dungeons. You do that with a group of 4, crush through that, you come back, and they will sing a song to you, and you are part of the Undaunted. So once you have that, you have access to the skill line, and you're going to start leveling up. So how do you build reputation in the Undaunted Guild? Well, you guessed it. You do dungeons, right? So dungeons, doing dungeon achievements, daily pledges, which you won't have access to until level 45. I'll show you that. And then daily missions from Bolgrul are going to be how you build reputation and level up this experience in the Undaunted. I'm going to tell you right now, it's a little bit of a grind. There is no way to do this super fast, okay? You have to just do the dailies, do the daily missions, and if you can accomplish the achievements you get there, you'll get a little bit more experience. But this is not something you're going to get in a couple days. This is going to be something that's measured in weeks, and for some of you, if it's your very first character, probably honestly months to be able to max this out. However, is it worth it? Absolutely. One of the best passives you can have in game character is going to be this Undaunted Metal, which increases your max health, stamina, and magicka by 1% per type of armor, heavy, medium, or light, that you have equipped. That's a big deal in game-wise to get free health, free magic, and free stamina just for having different types of armor on. And so you'll see a lot of people who have their armor setups that focus around having, if you're a tank, maybe 5 pieces of heavy armor and then a shoulder that's light and a helm that's medium or something like that. That's how you're going to get that bonus. So there are things that are worth it for sure. Let me show you from there. Let's talk about where you do these missions and what happens at level 45. Alright guys, I am in Wayrest now, so this is the Way Shrine. It's a little tongue twister there for you. So what happened here is when you start to get to join the Undaunted, I said starter cities, right? So that's going to be Daggerfall, which is here, the Rosy Lion. Or if you're in Stone Falls, it's going to be Stone Falls. It's going to be here in Davin's Watch. I'm sorry, in Davin's Watch, and you're going to go here to where the tavern is. So when you see here, you look for the tavern icon. So there's the fish stink. That is where you're going to join the Undaunted there. Okay. And of course, if you're in the Aldmeri Dominion, you're going to be here in Iridian, here in Volkelgard, and you're going to go to the Salted Wings Tavern right here. Okay, so that's where you join. That's where you get that first little mission there. Now, where is the Undaunted Enclave? It's going to be in the capital city for each faction, which is going to be in Wayrest for the Daggerfall Covenant, Mournhold, right, for the Ebonheart Pact, which is right here, and then it's going to be in Grotwood and Eldenroot if you're in the Aldmeri Dominion. Okay, so what I did is I traveled to Wayrest because I'm going to show you guys what this Undaunted Enclave looks like. So when you're in Wayrest, here's the Way Shrine. This icon right here looks like a shield. That is your Undaunted Enclave, okay? So we're going to head on over there and kind of show you what this is about, okay? Past these guild traders. Now, biggest reason is at level 45, what's going to happen is when you get to level 45, your character, all of a sudden your inventory, you're going to see a letter. It's going to be an invitation from the Undaunted Enclave, okay? So when you go into your inventory, you're going to see a letter. This is not obviously yet. But you're going to see a letter that's invited you to the Undaunted Enclave. When you read it, it's going to say, come here. You're going to talk to Maj al-Ragath, and she's going to say, hey, welcome. You're an adventurer. We'd like to invite you to be the part of the prestigious guild, the Undaunted. You're going to talk to her. She's going to introduce you to the other pledge givers. These are the people that give you daily pledges. There are 3. Maj al-Ragath. You got Glirian the Redbeard, and I'm going to mess up this orc name, but it is Urgalag Chiefbane, okay? Each one gives you different types of dungeons. The easiest ones are from Maj al-Ragath, then the medium ones are from Glirian the Redbeard, and all of the DLC dungeons, which are some of the hardest dungeons and content in the game, are going to be from Urgalag. And what's going to happen is you'll have to join the ledger over here as part of the Undaunted, and each day they will give you a daily quest. So in your journal, you'll see Undaunted Pledge, and you'll see these pledges here. So Spindle Clutch 2, Dire Frost Keep, March of Sacrifices, these are the daily pledges, okay? You can only get one a day. Once you've completed them, you will turn them back in to the person who gave you the quest, and in return, you will get Undaunted keys. This is a big deal because as you level up your Undaunted, one of the biggest reasons, so I told you one of the big reasons is for these skills, right? Whether you want to be a healer and you want Healing Orb, or if you want these passives like Undaunted Metal and Undaunted Command, which are great passives to get. That alone is a good reason to level up Undaunted, but the main reason people do these Undaunted dailies is for monster helms and monster sets, okay? Lots of monster sets in the game, but what it comes down to is these 2 set pieces. The only way to get these is by doing dungeon content. The only way to get the helms is by doing veteran dungeons. Whenever you do a dungeon in veteran, so if I go to the guild, the dungeon finder here, and let's say I pick a specific dungeon, like for the quest Dire Frost Keep, okay? I am going to get the monster helm associated with Dire Frost Keep, right? If I do City of Ash, though, I would get the monster helm associated with that. So, like, for example, Valken Scoria, very popular monster helm, you're only going to get that by doing Veteran City of Ash 2. Or if I want Celine's, another popular stamina helm, Celine's Web, got to do that on Veteran. When I do that, at the end, when I beat the final boss, I will get a helm. I will get the Celine monster helm. I don't know what weight it's going to be in. It's random. It could be light, medium, or heavy. So if you're going for heavy and you get light, maybe you can trade it with one of the other people who got what you needed. But if not, you do it again until you get heavy, right? Or you do it again until you get light, or whatever it is you're going for. And then, of course, whatever role it has for a trait, whether it be divines or whether it be, sturdy or anything like that, that's going to be random as well. You can always transmute it, though, if you need to. So you farm your helm by doing the dungeon on Veteran. That's important. Normal dungeons will not give you this. It has to be in Veteran. But it does not have to be in hard mode. So just Veteran dungeon, you're going to get a mask, or you're going to get a helm. To get the shoulders, this is where those keys come in, okay? So when I turn in a quest, I get a key. If I did a normal dungeon or a veteran dungeon, I get one key. If I did a veteran dungeon on hard mode, so if I activate the scroll of Inglorious Battle, or whatever it is that you use to make it hard mode, that's what's going to make it hard mode boss, much more health, maybe some new mechanics. I will get 2 keys for doing it on veteran hard mode, okay? So when I turn these in, you're either going to get however many dungeons you do, you get those keys. When you go to the store here, if I wanted to get the shoulder piece for Maw of the Infernal, right? That's a popular mage helm, right? They go to Banished Cells 2. You do that on Veteran, you're going to get the helm. But if you want to get the shoulder piece, right here, I got to turn this in here for 5 keys. I can purchase this, and I have a chance. I could get Maul of the Infernal, but I could also get the Shadowrend set. So basically, it's a 50-50 chance for 5 keys, or it's a 1 in 12 chance if I just use 1 key for the Mystery Coffer. So it's how much do you want to gamble, and it's how many keys do you have. Most people just spend the 5 to get the 50-50 chance. That's usually a smarter way to do it. So if I know I want Maul of the Infernal, I'm going to save up my keys. I'm going to purchase these Banished Cells coffers until I get the right shoulder piece at the right weight that I want. And that is how you complete the monster sets in this game. It's one of the biggest reasons for doing the daily pledges. It's actually a really smart system that Elder Scrolls came up with to keep people doing the dungeons and keep people willing to join other groups, even random pug groups, to help get these keys, because people really want to get those monster helms as they level up, and they want to get endgame gear, because those monster helms can have a lot of really great effects. I mean, tanks alone, there's several monster helms that are great different options depending on what kind of trial or dungeon you're going into or what kind of content you need. For example, I have the Lord Warden's mask on here on my tank, and you'll see here with 1 item it adds 1435 armor, but with 2 items, when you take damage, you have a 50% chance to summon a shadow orb for 10 seconds that increases the physical and spell resistance of you and your group members within 8 meters by 3069. This effect can occur every 10 seconds. So basically, I'm going to give physical and spell resistance to people who are near me in the group. So those usually are going to be those stamina up close and personal. There's applications for this, but there's applications for other type leeching things that help give resources back to the group. Whatever it might be, there's different monster helms for that. So that's a large part of the Undaunted. When you get to level 45, you can start doing the pledges. As you level up from there, you can start doing veteran pledges and do hard mode. Some of this DLC content is locked behind a champion point system. I do believe for veteran DLC dungeons, you do have to be champion point level of 300 or higher. And of course, in here I told you, this is the Undaunted Enclave. This is where you're going to find Bolgrul. This is where you can also get a daily mission to go to a delve to find some gear to up your reputation. So, leveling up the Undaunted comes down to this. It's completing these daily pledges. It's doing the daily mission that Bolgrul gives you, if that's easier for you, or if you don't want to wait for the dungeon finder, if you don't have a group already ready to go. And it's completing dungeon achievements. So, when you do veteran, or when you do veteran hard mode, or you do a veteran mode speed run, or no death run, those type of things are achievements you can get when you go to your achievements here, and you click on dungeons, and public dungeons. These achievements also give you reputation in the Undaunted. That is how you will level up your skill line here to get more experience and unlock these skills and unlock these passives. So that's the Undaunted. It comes down to daily pledges, group content, trials do this as well, and there is one in each faction. There's an Undaunted Enclave. It really doesn't matter which Enclave you go to because you can get the same quest at each one, but you'll be asked to join the one from your home faction, and you are good to go. So hope that helps. For the Undaunted celebration coming up at the end of this year, you are going to get some amazing prizes just for doing this content, just for completing dungeons. So you do what you're already supposed to do because you're trying to save up for that monster helm. You're going to get some amazing prizes during the Undaunted celebration, some once a year type stuff. So hope that helps, guys. That is the Undaunted, and we'll be back with you more on more of the guilds of Elder Scrolls. Talk to you later.